I'm not going to say that this is the cigar that got me into cigars. I am going to say that this is the cigar that got me into I really could enjoy this. This can be a part of my life. It's Eat, Drink, Smoke. I'm Tony Katz. That right there is America's favorite amateur drinker, Fingers Malloy. And this right here is the Rocky Patel Vintage Cameroon 2003. Now, I am not the biggest Rocky guy in the world. Don't hate me, Rocky. Seriously, you're a good man. Have you on the show anytime. And you've done incredible stuff for the industry. You make big cigars. It's like Espinosa. He makes big cigars, and I'm not always where I want to be. But you make some big stuff. But you've got some classics, man. The Rocky Patel 1990 box press, classic. I would have that in my humidor any day of the week and twice on Sunday. I would smoke that anytime. And then there's this right here. This Cameroon, that toothy wrapper. This is a 6.5 by 52, which means it's 6 1/2 inches long. Always makes Fingers Malloy laugh. And the ring gauge. That's a 52, the diameter of the cigar, or how thick it is around. Again, with the laughter, 64 ring gauge would be a full 1 inch around. First things first, it's a beautiful wrapper. The weight is right on. It's got just a little bit of grit going on there with just like a Jackson Pollock smattering of black in the wrapper. It is beautiful. And part of it's because the band, which is 2 bands, I'm sorry, Fingers Malloy, 2 bands, it's that blue. It's that like cobalt blue in the Rocky Patel wrapper that kind of sets it off. This is a beautiful look.
Beautiful presentation. That hand feel, to me, it is darn near perfect. It's actually a scotch on the beefy side. Really great hand feel. It's a little heavy in the hand, which I actually like. I just lit this about a minute and a half ago.
I'm lighting mine right now.
You know how sometimes we talk about when you're just starting to smoke your cigar and you pick up a wood note and sometimes you can't differentiate. I lit this and immediately got a cedar note. It's cedar. It's not just wood. And I'm really excited about smoking this because we've reviewed this before, but it's been a tick.
It has to have been 4 years ago. 3 years ago, 4 years ago, something like that. Because I haven't had this cigar. Yeah, there it is. There's cedar. I haven't had this cigar in forever. It's a solid medium, really easy to smoke. It's going to give you spice. It's going to give you that cedar wood. And then I have always referred to it as a sweetness that I get from certain Cameroons, which is a weird thing to think, but hey, my palate's my palate. A lot of people will tell you that's actually a coffee note. I'm actually searching that out this time around and see if that's the case. Construction of the cigar is fantastic. Grab your notebook. What did you eat today? What did you drink today? That goes into your notebook. The weather, gorgeous. Indianapolis, Indiana, we had beautiful weather. Then we had storms. Then we had frigid cold. And now we're back to some beautiful weather. We'll see how long that lasts. Some rain that's going to move in. It happens. Then you want to take the cigar and break it up into thirds. First third, second third, final third. So the first third is at the foot end where you light from. The final third is at the cap end where you've cut and you're smoking from. The second third is, well, that's what's in the middle. And then write down the flavors. What is it that you're getting? And by the way, wood, coffee, spice, great way to start. There are no rules on how you're supposed to write it. Be as esoteric or be as bland as you want to be in the vocabulary. Just get an idea of what the flavors you're getting out of it. And then when you do that cigar, 3 months from now, 6 months from now, whatever it is, you do it again, and then you compare your notes. You really get a through line. What it is that cigar meant to you, with the flavors you got out of it, and what you think of that kind of wrapper, binder, filler. By the way, this is Nicaraguan in the binder and the filler. There's some Dominican in there as well. Yes, I'm going to be quite pleased.
So you mentioned, of course, as you always do, what did you drink today? What did you eat today? What did you smoke? Or Weather, yeah. So on the way here to Eat, Drink, Smoke Studio, I had to stop at a gas station. And I came dangerously close.
Wait, you had to stop at a gas station, or it was calling you in?
Well, this specific gas station was calling me in because it was one of these chains that are spreading throughout the country, Buc-ee's-esque, Wawa. I'll say the name.
I do. I'm a Wawa guy.
So I was like,
Great coffee.
I'm not near a Wawa, but I was right off the interstate there. So I went into the Wawa, and I had a gas station find for us that I would have loved to have grabbed, but I feel like it would have been just too soon. I saw 2 different Reese's peanut butter cup flavors that I'd never seen before. And I was like, well, we just did the white chocolate.
It wasn't white chocolate. It was white cream.
White cream.
And it was
awful.
Garbage.
And then we had been doing stories about the controversy surrounding I believe the grandson or the son of, that was the grandson.
Grandson.
Yeah, of the founder of Reese's, about the chocolate that they use. I'd never seen this flavor before. So social media, don't attack me for bringing this up. It was a chocolate peanut butter marshmallow cup.
And you didn't get it?
We just did a gas station find with these folks like 4 weeks ago. I thought, well, this is too much. People are going to be like, oh, really? Another Reese's product? Are you sponsored by Reese's?
Our job is to do the hard work. You disappoint me, sir. You disappoint me. Okay, the cigar doesn't. Rocky Patel, the vintage 2003 Cameroon. Really a fan of this smoke. I always have been. But yes, the whole Rocky Patel line is big in my view. Hamlet and some of the other ones, it's just a lot going on there. And so I admit I don't gravitate towards it unless it's the 1990. Now, you could also do the 1992. That's pretty good smoke as well. But the 1990 was a 92 from Cigar Aficionado. And this, which I believe was a 91. I think this was a 91 from Cigar Aficionado. I could be wrong on that. But I will do this cigar anywhere. We just started smoking it. Now, this is the Toro. Comes in a couple different vitolas, a couple different sizes. This is the 6.5 by 52 Fingers Malloy. Is this in your humidor for $12 a stick?
Absolutely. I don't know why I don't have 10 of them in my humidor.
I don't know why you don't have 10 of them in your humidor either. It is absolutely in there. Now, one could argue, Tony, you're not usually a big on spice guy. You like a little more earth richness, leathers, those things like that. Doesn't this kind of go in the other direction for you? A little bit, but something about it, maybe it's just nostalgia at this stage of the game. Something about it when I started, this was a flavor profile. This was something that came together. There was spice. It didn't overwhelm. There was a sweetness. It didn't overwhelm. It burned beautifully. You felt good when you smoked it, which is like there are brands that'll do that. Like there's something that you connect with. This one, not all of Rocky's stuff. Sorry again, Rock, but I called him Rock. Like we're that close. But yes, this cigar, the vintage 2003 Cameroon, all day.
Nothing wrong with a little variety. You know what I like to say all the time, Tony?
Live, laugh, love?
That and variety is a spice of life.
What's the other thing you say?
Never eat spinach with a stranger.
Hope floats.
Oh, that's true. So many things.
So many. Can't even keep up. There's no keeping up. We have got a lot to get to. Maybe we've got Peace with Iran. Maybe we don't. I mean, we've got a ton. Keep it here. It's Eat, Drink, Smoke. Fingers Malloy, in the world of convenience stores, some people are in growth mode and some less.
Well, so what are the ones that are in less mode? I'll tell you. Sweet.
It's Eat, Drink, Smoke. I'm Tony Katz. That's Fingers Malloy. Find everything at eatdrinksmokeshow.com. 7-Eleven is going to close 600 stores because they are pivoting. Now, the way the New York Post writes the story, they may be looking to be for a takeover. Somebody may be taking them, but I did not know this. They are going to do less convenience and more full-on food. They're copying Buc-ee's. They're copying Wawa. I think, what is it? Leo's is another one that's out there. Sheetz is out there. They're doing a massive expansion in the Midwest. And they're going to now be offering, I don't know, sandwiches and steaks and maybe lobsters. There might be some lobster rolls there at your local 7-Eleven. What's the matter?
This is just ridiculous.
Why?
First of all, I love 7-Eleven.
It loves you.
Grew up on the Slurpee. The big bite with cheese with a grab bag of Doritos as a chaser. Fantastic. Right. Couldn't love 7-Eleven more. You go to 7-Eleven when your dinner plans already fell through. You're not walking into 7-Eleven.
Can we just stop for a moment with that one right there? You go to 7-Eleven when your dinner plans have fallen through?
Yes. Everything's closed. You got no food at home. That's when you wander into a 7-Eleven and like, oh, okay. I guess I'll have a big bite. No one walks into a 7-Eleven and says, you know something? Let's make tonight special.
Dude, my cigar turned into a freaking torch. It was a flamethrower. What the heck am I doing? I'm telling you, it's me, man. I'm having a bad time.
What's wrong?
Nothing. It's just my cigar like almost exploded. Ash and sparks were flying everywhere. Embers were high in the sky. It was like Vesuvius right out of my mouth.
But this has been a theme with you lately. You feel like you have not been able at times.
I've been so much better.
Okay.
So I went through end of the year, beginning of the year. I could not smoke a cigar to save my life. I had gotten the cigar yips. I could not smoke a cigar to save my life. Everything was plugging up. I couldn't figure out what was going on. You're not having any problems.
Nope.
I have problems all the time. Every cigar, it was crazy. I'm like inhaling too much. Like the draws, nothing is working for me. I really need to open it up on the draw. So nothing was working. Actually, give me your lighter.
Sure, absolutely.
The backside of that. So then things started getting better, but still, I have this thing going on where like my cigars are plugging up all the time. Now, as we've discussed, I think it is obvious that there is an issue with cigar manufacturing. Things are being done too quickly. I think things are not being rolled well. I will go to the mattresses on that one. But this cigar, this is me. There's something I'm doing in my pattern, in my rhythm, that's just all sorts of messed up. But I've had very good luck lately. It's just this one, just then it was just like I could feel it kind of getting a little too hot, cooled it down, and then it just sparked everywhere.
Explain to the folks what you mean by rhythm.
Okay. Like, look at that.
Yeah.
Crazy. So rhythm is how often are you taking a puff? What is the heat that you're creating in the cigar, right? So the cigar's got combustion. You've got oxygen coming in. You've got the heat there. You're keeping that combustion going, so the burn will happen. It's slowly burning through that binder and filler, slowly burning the wrapper. And you draw. You're engaging in this inhale into the palate, not into the lungs, and you're bringing air through. And of course, everything's heating up. You don't want your cigar to get too hot. You can get that ammonia flavor, which is gross.
Yeah.
Or what will happen is that you're actually, I'm going to say, burning the tobacco. And it'll plug up. Like, you just won't be able to smoke anymore. So you got to kind of like scoop it out. If you've ever had like that really black ash, because it's burnt, right? Or you have to cut a little bit off it so you can get lit again, right? That's what I'm talking about. That if you are not in a proper rhythm of the cigar, like every 30 seconds or 40 seconds, just simple stuff, you will create too much heat. You'll create too many dynamics going on, and the cigar will overheat, and it can plug up, or it'll create that ammonia flavor, which stinks to high heaven. And there's something about how I'm doing it. And I think here's the issue, Fingers Malloy. I have super lungs.
Oh, I've heard people say that
because of all
you.
the talk radio.
Yes.
And so when I inhale with the power of 27 small yaks.
Ah.
And so it's too much. It's overpowering, and I need to calm down.
Well, the same thing has been said about me, because if you go on my X profile, at Fingers Malloy, it will say I'm a fitness influencer. So I have the lung power, but only of 24 young yaks.
Well, maybe some middle-aged yaks, not the youngins. But so that's what's been going on, and it's been crazy. I've been doing so much better with this. So very often, it's not the cigar, it is you. It is a user error thing. Now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes the cigar is is too tightly wrapped and all that jazz, and you can find specific manufacturers. Okay, I don't like the way they do it. I don't like their construction. It doesn't work for me. But you do have to look at yourself and how you're doing it. And yeah, there was a moment every cigar was a total disaster for like 2.5 months. It's crazy.
Well, and some of it also can be humidification issues
Yes.
as well. And you did say that the season changing has caused some problems.
We go from winter to spring, and I start doing air conditioning in the studio and not heat. I have a world-class humidor, a refrigerated humidor, and everything goes nuts. The only thing that works is I have to turn it off, unplug it, shut it down for an hour, and then restart everything up.
So much like 7-Eleven is doing with their 600 stores.
645 stores they're going to close so they can start offering you white linen service.
Again, you don't walk into a 7-Eleven saying, let's make tonight special.
You can get a salad, a wrap,
Wow.
maybe a burrito.
Wait, they have burritos there?
I'm assuming they will.
Yeah, they do. They have taquitos too.
Oh, that's like the crunchy one.
Yes, exactly.
The crunchy thin one.
Many times you can go in there and get it 2 for, and I won't mention the price because I don't want anybody running into 7-Eleven and saying, I heard on Eat, Drink, Smoke I could get 2 taquitos for $2. So I didn't mention a price.
So one taquito is $1.
We're not mentioning a price.
Okay. That didn't sound like so much of a deal.
Spoken like someone who's never had a 7-Eleven taquito.
I want to say for the record, I have never had a 7-Eleven taquito.
Have you had a big bite?
I've never had a big bite. The hot dog?
Yes.
Never in my life.
You've had a big gulp.
Oh, sure.
Okay. Have you
Oh,
had
sure.
a Slurpee?
No, that's not just not my drink.
How do you know if you've never had it?
I know.
What?
I don't need blue or green sugar in my life.
They make Coke Slurpees.
Yeah, don't need that either. Just have a Coke. Be
But
a man.
It's in Slurpee form.
I'm not a 6-year-old girl.
Now.
You're right. You're right. Now. Well done. It's Eat, Drink, Smoke. Eat, Drink, Smoke. It is your cigar, bourbon, foodie extravaganza. I'm Tony Katz. That's Fingers Malloy. Find everything we do at eatdrinksmokeshow.com. On the Twitter X, go Eat, Drink, Smoke. Instagram, Eat, Drink, Smoke Podcast. And on Facebook, Eat, Drink, Smoke. Smoking the Rocky Patel Vintage 2003 Cameroon. It is a yes all day, $12 a stick. I am a yes on this cigar and have been for decades. Since at least 2003. Which is the vintage.
Yeah, it's a yes for me as well. $13 a stick. Honestly, it's been so long since I've had this, probably since the last time we reviewed it, you said 4 years ago. The lounges that I go to have a cigar, they don't have this there.
Nope.
So I thought you were going to say $17, $18 a stick, $13 a stick. My goodness. By the way, $17 a stick, I would have paid that too.
Don't tell them that.
Just between you and me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but $13 a stick, my goodness. I should have 10 of these in my
12.
humidor. Oh, $12 a stick.
12.
I should have 13 of these in my humidor.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the stick. 6.5 by 52. Cameroon wrapper, Nicaraguan, the binder, Nicaraguan and Dominican in the filler. We will get to the drink, which looks very, very interesting to me as I was reviewing that, getting ready for that and going over their story. We'll have that coming up in a little bit. But it is time, Fingers Malloy, for News of the Week.
Wow.
Yeah, we got a whole new department in for sound effects. Paid them a whole $8.
You remember when we were going to have a bumper for News of the Week and we put it up to the fans for a vote, and it was, I think, Norm McDonald was the winner. We had a little bumper.
Do we still have it?
We used it 3 times, and then we never used it again.
Yeah, we're doing great. You know what I like about us? We're committed.
Yes.
That's it. What do you got?
So the Daily Mail has the story, and this makes me sad.
Oh, gosh. We don't want that.
Las Vegas is losing another part of its soul.
Oh.
The legendary MGM Grand Buffet will close for good on May 31st.
Good. It's radio. You can't be that quiet.
People are hearing you laugh at yourself for absolutely grabbing my heart, throwing it on the floor, and stomping on it.
So this is the what buffet?
I'm glad you listened.
$12 a stick. What's the buffet?
MGM Grand Buffet will close for good on May 31st, marking the end of one of the Strip's most recognizable all-you-can-eat institutions.
Is this because of cost or because people don't do buffets anymore?
They're all trying to get away with getting rid of their buffets now. I believe there's only 6 left on the Strip. Every casino used to have a buffet.
Do you
and then
go?
COVID happened. No.
You want to go just a day?
Fly there for the buffet.
And then leave.
It's not that good.
Oh.
But it's still.
Yes, I was right all along.
Well, it's not that. It just goes hand in hand with what we have been talking about for the last couple of years. And it feels more and more like Vegas is turning its back on the low roller, middle class type gambler because they're focusing on high end whales. They're getting rid of the value that was once Las Vegas. People could go, say to themselves, I've got a limited bankroll, but you know what? For 3 days, I'm going to be in Las Vegas, and I'm going to feel like I'm rich. I'm going to go in, I'm going to gamble. At the end of the day, I'm going to get a free room. I'll get a free steak dinner. It's not really free. You're gambling, but still, and I have a chance to win something. And more you're seeing casinos nickel and diming people to the point where they're making Las Vegas not affordable for the average traveler.
And when you say Las Vegas, you mean every part of America right now. Everything, everywhere, all the time.
But Vegas has gotten gone over the top with parking fees, resort fees through the roof, charging you for amenities that they don't even have. Oh, there are places on Fremont Street that will charge you an amenities fee, and there's no gym and there's no pool. What are you charging me for? Free local calls? Like it's 1977?
Listen to me carefully. If they charge you, it's not a free local call. Secondly, I just want to make sure I've got that well understood.
No, I mean, they're charging the resort fee.
I understand.
Yeah.
You still love Vegas. You want to be in Vegas.
I'm fine with not going to Vegas ever again.
Conceptually, you want Vegas in your life.
If you have
my point to you is everybody at Caesars is a lowlife. And everybody at Steve Wynn, stop telling me about your problems. You're screwing up. You're allowing Vegas to screw up. Maybe this is the problem, Fingers. No one's giving tough love to these people. Let's be clear. Bugsy Siegel is dead, and you ain't tough. You're a bunch of corporate fat cats, and you don't look good in your suits. You look fat in your suits. I would tell you look like a cat, but then I'd have to use a different terminology. You're all lowlifes who think that we should be abused. I hope you go bankrupt, and I hope you can't send your kid to Dartmouth. I hope you lose your 401k and you get a toothache.
See, you care about the MGM Grand Buffet being closed. On us ham and eggers out there, they just want to go on a limited budget. And my goodness, even that was they were charging $32.99 per customer. So it's not like it was a cheap buffet.
That's a fine price for a buffet.
It's not like the old days.
I'd pay that at Sizzler.
When is the last time you stepped into a Sizzler?
When I was in college. College was Sizzler.
And it was $32.99 back then?
It was not $32.99.
But when you left, you felt like you spent $32.99.
Right. I left like a king. Like a king. They haven't changed anything, and I do not believe that my tongue lashing is going to get them to change anytime soon.
Why should I go? I just went to the local casino here last week. I got up in the morning and I said, "Morning self, why would you go ahead with your regular morning routine when you can hop in the shower?"
He did this.
Go to the casino at 6:30 in the morning. It was wonderful, Tony. I drove up to the casino with that excitement that wasn't quite Vegas, but it was exciting. Yep. Because it was 6:30 in the morning, and I was with 4 other degenerate gamblers in the casino at 6:30 in the morning.
He didn't know them when he got there.
No.
They were already there.
Yeah, but we just looked at each other. We're like, yeah, none of us should be here. It's 6:30 in the morning on a Wednesday. But I pulled right up the first parking spot at the casino. There I was, my car right there, and I waltzed in and I started losing my butt until I got a king of clubs and an ace of clubs and a 10 of clubs. And I threw away the other cards, but I kept those 3 clubs. And the queen and jack popped up of clubs, and I got a royal flush, Tony.
No, that's Johnny. That's Johnny.
And, of course, Tony knows what that's like because he went to Vegas a couple of years ago. He threw $10 in a poker machine, and 3 hands later, he got a royal flush, and he ran around like crazy with his arms in the air.
I did not run around.
Yes, you did.
I stood up and said, I won.
Yes, and you ran a lap.
I talked to strangers.
You ran a lap around the bar like the man with the lungs of 27 young yaks. That's what happened. I was there. They still talk about it to this day. There's a commemorative plaque right outside of Harrah's.
To the man who had a seizure at the Harrah's bar. Listen, that you do your local gambling is fine.
Mm-hmm. Even at 6:30 in the morning?
My point to you is Vegas still hasn't learned. They don't seem to care. No. They don't care. What am I supposed to do? I can't care more than they care.
Well, I was blaming you.
I say we call them names because nothing else matters.
Scoundrels.
You're next, Miriam Adelson. You're next. Keep it here. It's Eat, Drink, Smoke. Now, Fingers Malloy came across a most distressing story. And I need to give, I believe the kids would call it the trigger warning now. If you are somebody who enjoys lobster, but doesn't want to know how the lobster gets prepared, now is your time to tune away. I don't want you to tune away. I'm going to miss you most of all, Scarecrow. But I care, and I'm just saying, now is the time to tune away.
But if you enjoy lobster and you do not care how they're prepared, get your melted butter now.
It's Eat, Drink, Smoke. I'm Tony Katz, and there, sitting right there, is the Gorton's fisherman, Fingers Malloy. The Fingers Malloy Institute for Institutes of Institutes has done a lot of research on lobster, flavor profiles and best sides. But a different group of researchers decided to do something ridiculous. And they decided to check whether or not lobsters feel pain.
Well, we've done that at the Fingers Malloy Institute of Institutes for Institutes.
You did?
Yes. We threw a lobster in some boiling water and then looked down at the pot and said, "How you feeling?" Lobster didn't answer. So we thought everything was okay.
I just want to say for the record, PETA, send your emails. No matter how many emails you have, you want to send your emails to that Dax Shepard podcast, Dax Shepard at yahoo.com. And he'll get right back with us.
Yeah. Because on top of it, nobody's believing I'm boiling lobster at home when 85% of my meals come from a gas station.
So they did the research, and they believe that, yes, the boiling does cause them pain. And scientists are now calling for an immediate, legally enforced ban on boiling. So they're not saying a ban on eating lobster. They're saying there should be a ban on boiling lobster?
Yes, they say it's inhumane.
So they're talking about the live lobster into the pot as opposed to what I know chefs do, which they'll insert the knife first and then put right into the pot.
They insert the knife into the pot? How would that have any impact on things?
And knife into the lobster.
Oh, that makes more sense.
Right. So being a more humane way to do it, which is fine.
Yeah. So what apparently the researchers did was they treated lobsters with painkillers.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know.
To see if the lobsters would react in the boiling water.
And they reacted differently with the painkillers as opposed to being painkiller free.
We should be clear about something. Change the way you prepare the lobster. That is such an easy thing to do. That is such a basic thing to do. Are we going to eat the lobster? Absolutely, we're going to eat the lobster. Is the food chain real? Absolutely. Are we on top? Yes. Change the way you prepare the lobster.
So
is there someone who's going to be out there be like, I'm not going to do that. I like to. You have proof. Change it.
But how will injecting them with painkillers affect the taste?
Dude, what's wrong with you?
What's wrong with me? Honestly, listen.
You just had a small stroke right there for everyone to witness. Oh, here it is. Here it is, guys.
Did we really need to have a study to realize that maybe, just maybe, there's a more humane way to cook a lobster than throwing it while it's still alive in a boiling pot of water? Did we really need to spend the money and the time? You just said there's a more humane way of killing the lobster before we enjoy it in a nice bisque. Okay, yeah, that's fine and dandy. I'm not one who says we should go out of our way to be cruel to animals. But my God, the idea that we're going to have a boiling ban. I mean, how would you enforce that? Are you going to have a camera in every kitchen? Are you going to have a secret lobster police? Not actual lobsters that we would train to monitor these things. That would be too expensive.
They'd be adorable.
Yeah, that's true. But people randomly going into kitchens.
How do you cuff a lobster?
Very carefully.
Rubber bands.
Yeah, they already do that. Yeah,
they already do that. You know what? I should have thought this through before I went to the joke.
But how do you enforce a lobster boiling ban? I mean, what?
You don't. There's no enforceable thing. But I don't mind the idea of no one's saying therefore you can't eat a lobster. They're saying just do it just change the way you do it. And that's what like can't we just be normal and be like, oh, okay. Yeah, there's a better way to do this.
I guess you almost have to have some sort of authority coming from a study to be able to say to people, look, we've done the research, people, and it does have a negative impact on the lobster's feelings when they're thrown into a boiling pot of water.
You know what I'd like to know?
What would you like to know?
Compared to the two, boiling pot of water or the humane way, is there a difference in taste? That would be interesting to me because that's very possible. I mean, we're ruining lobster for a lot of people right here. And I just heard from my rabbi, and he said, good, good.
Do you think lobster's overrated?
Yes. Oh, in many, many ways. And when I say many ways, I mean all of them. The idea of eating a whole lobster and cracking the shell and everything else, it's like crab legs. Nope.
Ugh. When Red Lobster used to do unlimited crab legs, and you'd see people with their little fork, and they would do the cracking, and they would dig, they would go through all that effort, 2 minutes worth of effort. They would have a napkin that they would wipe their brows because they're working so much.
They would have to dab the sweat?
Yes. Right off of their forehead to get a half a bite of meat.
Yeah.
Good God.
Not interested. No. Lobster is way too overrated. Now I need to go into something that isn't overrated, Fingers Malloy.
What's that?
You're going to love this. Cruise weddings. You see, some people do destination weddings, and that's always a thing and really an inconvenience. But now the trend is to have your wedding on the cruise. So everyone's getting a vacation. You attend the wedding. You can puke over the rail, and everything's great. And as we all know, Fingers Malloy loves a cruise ship. Tell us, Fingers.
Oh, I think this is an excellent idea.
You do.
Oh, yes. Force your friends and family to shell out $2,000 for your little destination wedding where they're trapped on a boat and they go to the buffet and then they end up about 3 days later throwing up over the side of the boat because they got sick from the buffet because they're on the SS Salmonella.
But the buffet is still there as opposed to Vegas.
Yes, and what a great place to have a wedding. Your Uncle Carl is by the buffet while you're taking in the whole ceremony. You're going through your vows, and he's in his Bermuda shorts, and he's got a tropical drink with a little umbrella in it. This is a terrible idea. Terrible.
You know what maybe the problem is?
What's that?
Maybe the problem is you've never gone on a cruise.
Yeah.
And so maybe I'm just suggesting that you experience it once.
I would rather be the lobster thrown in the boiling water.
What if I pay for the cruise for you and Mrs. Malloy?
No, thank you.
What if I put you guys on a cruise
That sounds
to
terrible.
Puerto Vallarta?
No, thanks.
I'll get you Captain Stubing.
How's he
Love boat.
doing?
You don't want to know.
Oh. If you can get me on a cruise ship in 1980 where I could have a little balcony overlooking the ocean and I could smoke a cigar.
I can do that.
From my room.
I can do that.
No, you can't.
You can't smoke cigars on cruise ships?
Not from the balcony of your room.
Okay, maybe not from the balcony of the room.
No, they got a little 3x5 pad where
No,
you can
they
smoke
don't.
a cigar and you're struggling to get.
And then take some video and show us how great it is.
Oh, you know what? I'm in. I'm not in.
I'm offering.
And that's a generous offer. No, thank you.
Wow. You won't be at your wedding. It's Eat, Drink, Smoke. Fingers Malloy, Eat, Drink, Smoke is heard from coast to coast and throughout the great middle of America, throughout the Midwest, and throughout the beautiful state of Montana.
It is?
Actually, one station, KQDI. Good people over there, and we appreciate you having us on. We bring you up for a reason, Montana. It's all about you. It's Eat, Drink, Smoke. I'm Tony Katz, and that right there is America's favorite amateur drinker, Fingers Malloy. And on a trip to a local liquor store, I came across this. Running Iron.
Oh.
Montana's Running Iron straight whiskey. This comes from Dry Hills Distillery. You know what's weird about this? This is not on the Dry Hills Distillery website.
So is it new or is it old and they don't make it anymore?
I think, if I understand it right, I don't think they make it anymore. But Dry Hills, you tell me the deal, because not only is there this, they have something called a Batch 11, which is 7 years in the barrel and then 2.5 years in a Blanton's barrel.
Wow.
I don't even know what that is. I have no idea what I'm supposed to do with that information.
It's called Batch 11.
Batch 11. Go
Now,
ahead.
legend has it that it is better than Batch 10, but not as good as Batch 12.
This comes in at 90 proof, 45% alcohol by volume, and this is 100% wheat.
Wow.
I don't even know what to say to this. So first things first, it's not a bourbon. Remember, bourbon has to be 51% corn. The specifics about into the barrel and out of the barrel, levels of proof. All bourbons are whiskeys, but not all whiskeys are bourbons. So this is a straight whiskey, which would mean, is that more than 2 years or more than 4 years in the barrel? It spent at least a little bit of time in the barrel. It is oh God, you're going to do this again?
5 years, 2 months.
I don't think you have that right.
Oh.
I don't think you have that right at all.
It looks like it to me. That looks like a 5 year, 2 month whiskey if I've ever seen one.
You're just ridiculous is what you are.
Hurtful.
I do like trying new stuff. I do. By the way, it's 2 years. I had to double check myself. I looked at Let's Go Bourbon, our bourbon book, the bourbon reader you've always needed. That's available at Amazon.com. It's got the whole story there. You should really have, if you're a bourbon drinker, just right there in the moment. I totally forgot. Totally spaced it right there. Went full, like I'm ready for the home.
Wow.
Yeah.
I did sell a Let's Go Barbecue book, sight unseen, just yesterday. They went on Amazon.com. They'd never heard of it before. And I told them all about it. And they were like, I'm buying it. And then they got on Amazon and they bought it, even though supplies are limited.
They're not. Let's Go Bourbon. Let's Go BBQ. Our books available at Amazon.com. I'm fascinated by this. I do love Montana. It says Montana whiskey right there on it. I don't know what makes it Montana, but 100% wheat. That's a very interesting thing to see.
Have we done that before?
No. There are wheated bourbons.
Yes.
Right? But something that's all wheat? No. First things first, the color of this, that is a pale honey.
Yeah.
A pale gold right there. Best way I could describe that, and I would not say this thing has viscosity at all. It's a little thin, but on the nose.
You mentioned honey. Did you suggest something in my head? Or
no, there's some ethanol going on. There is some ethanol happening right there on that.
Some oak? Maybe it's actually a hint of vanilla?
It's actually is that vanilla or is that fruity?
I'm not getting the ethanol that you are. I mean, maybe just a hint. You're saying it's a strong ethanol note?
I did it first. I feel better now.
Feels much better now. That's nice.
By the way, this got silver at the New York World Wine and Spirits Competition, bronze at the San Francisco World Spirits Competition. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm getting an oak thing from that, but it's a little bit. I'm going to say orchard fruity. You don't get that?
No.
Well, then how would you describe what flavor?
I'm getting a little, and I don't know if you suggested it. I'm getting a little honey, a little vanilla, and some oak, and a touch of ethanol, but nothing like you said. That the first thing you said was you were getting ethanol on the nose, and I'm not getting that.
Right.
And also, this is another one where you got to get your nose in the glass a little bit.
Yes, you do. Yeah, it's not that nose is not wafting up. But enough of sniffing fingers, Malloy. You ready for this?
I've been ready for this all day.
100% wheat in the mash bill. This is Montana's Running Iron Straight Whiskey from Dry Hills Distillery. Is what this is right there. Wait a second. Bottled by Dry Hills Distillery, that right there on Village Center Lane in Bozeman. That's who's making that happen right there. So is it bottled by Dry Hills and it's done by Montana Distillery? Is that what I'm learning? I just ran into this. Now I need to know.
Now I'm going in for seconds.
How are you going in for seconds? What's going on here? Fingers Malloy is doing what's known as the Kentucky Chew, moving the juice around the palate, really getting a feel for it. I'm a believer in the 2 sips theory. The first sip to set the taste buds, and the second sip to really get an idea of the flavors there.
So there's some caramel there. There is a nice little bit of spice, a little bit of sting on the tongue. And again, a couple of weeks ago, and I can't remember the bourbon that we had, where immediately you got the warmth right down in the gut. That's where I'm getting it. Nothing in the chest
really?
at all. It went right to the gut, and some nice bit of oak. So caramel, a little bit of spice, and oak. Yeah, it's good. It's very good. I'm very satisfied.
So now I'm going back over this thing. I literally just came across it. It says Montana whiskey on the bottle. It says bottled by Dry Hills. So am I looking at the wrong people for this? That I need to be looking at Montana Distillery? Because I'm on their site as well. Now I'm just really, really curious about who's actually making this juice, because I want to know. I need to know the story here of this all wheat thing. This is kind of crazed.
That was a little Seinfeldish there.
I don't understand what's going on with these people.
What's going on here? I want to know. So, go ahead and give us your
all right, I'm going in.
Opinion.
I'm sorry, I got into the search.
Yeah, that's okay.
Here we go. This Montana Distillery. Is it Montana Distillery? If you say so. Bottled by Dry Hills Distillery. Montana's Running Iron Straight Whiskey. 100% Montana wheat. I'm going in to your health.
To my health. He's going in, ladies and gentlemen, and he's doing what we like to call the Saginaw Swish. The Montana Munch. And just give me
that's cinnamon.
A homina.
That's cinnamon. Oh, I'm going back in.
Oh, he's going in again, ladies and gentlemen. Cinnamon, eh?
That's cinnamon. That is 1,000% cinnamon.
It's a real dry finish too.
It is a little dry. All right, so the heat is starting to work its way through the chest. I mean, it's spreading out there like venom entering Spider-Man. It's actually a lovely flavor. Again, I'm going with fruity.
Wow.
There's a little bit of an orchard thing going on here.
Fair enough.
All right, I'm going to have to try this on a cube. We'll see if this is in the liquor cabinet. It's Eat, Drink, Smoke. Eat, Drink, Smoke. It is your cigar, bourbon, foodie extravaganza. I'm Tony Katz. That is Fingers Malloy. Find everything we do at eatdrinksmokeshow.com. Smoking from Rocky Patel. This is the vintage 2003 Cameroon 6.5 by 52. Yeah, it's just a terrific cigar. Easy, simple, a little bit of cedar there. You have a little bit of sweetness. I don't know if I necessarily put it to coffee, as some do, but I just think this is a beautifully constructed, well put together, well handled cigar. Feels great in the hand. $12 a stick. The answer is absolutely.
Absolutely. And again, I don't understand. This is a stick just from what we've been doing and where I go to smoke. I've kind of forgotten about it.
Yes.
And I'm absolutely angry with myself that I've wasted a lot of time. This should be in my regular rotation of cigars.
You could do a box in the humidor. You could do just pick up 4 sticks, and it's again, as Fingers is talking about, in the rotation of what you do. Absolutely on this. Now, with this running iron, the running iron straight whiskey, Montana's running iron straight whiskey. So here's how I think it's going down, because I just found this. I wasn't able to find out too much about it. This is from the Montana Distillery. This is bottled by Dry Hills Distillery, even though it says Dry Hills Distillery running iron straight whiskey. But what I think it is that it was done by Montana Whiskey. Montana Whiskey, the Montana Distillery shut down in April of 2025, so basically a year ago. So I have not been able to find out much more about this. This was not on the Dry Hills website. I looked there as well, and you were able to find, I forget, you had it before, and you were like, wait, what batch is this? Because there are different batches. We're talking earlier about there's a version of this called Batch 11, which not only had 7 years in the barrel, it had 2.5 years in a Blanton's barrel. It's a weird thing to do. All right. Remember, it's whiskey. It's not bourbon. So different rules on the barrels. So it's something I would want to try. I'm sorry they're out of business. And as we've said, things are rough in bourbon world. And I won't be surprised that a lot of, if a bunch of, not a lot of, but a bunch of smaller distilleries go out of business. It's just, there's fighting for shelf space, and there are only so many people still looking for things on the shelf right now. Right now, bourbon's in the lull.
Yeah, and you're seeing major distillers shutting down their distilleries for a good length of time. You're seeing possibility of major mergers between big players in the whiskey business. So, yeah, times are tough, which, unfortunately, listen, you don't want to see this happen. You don't want to see distillers struggle. And, you're going to have a lot of whiskey that was on the market 10 years ago that's not on the market now. But on the other side of it, you may be able to get some really good deals on whiskey because, the times are tough and they're trying to get their product out there and sold. So did you say you got a good we're going to find out.
We're going to find out because first we did this neat. And don't get me wrong, I was getting orchard. Yes, a little bit of oak. I certainly did not get honey out of it. That flavor wasn't there for me, but now I'm moving it to the cube. You've added a little bit of water to yours. So I have moved it.
Oh, there you go.
To the cube, right? So water brings down proof. This is 90 proof. Water will make some flavors more pronounced, some more muted, really open up the bourbon. This whiskey in this case. So I added to a rock. Fingers added a little bit of water. I'm going to go back in and see if the complexion of this has changed at all.
All right, he's going in to me. Ladies and gentlemen, and he's got it on the big rock, and he's...
Oh, that's really good.
He's happy. Yeah?
That's an easy bourbon. Sorry, whiskey.
Oh, look at he's doing the second sip. A Tony Katz trademark.
I'm still going with a little bit of fruit. That might be a really consistent oak that's going on in there. There was a lot of cinnamon I got on the neat. I don't have that on the cube
Getting any
at
spice
all.
at all? No?
Tender amount.
Okay.
Now, the mash bill on this is 100% wheat, which is really interesting to me. Because it was certainly easy going down neat, but I don't know if I was necessarily expecting more of a smoothness. And that heat did build center chest. On the cube, it is certainly smoother. This is an easy sipping right here. The Montana, what is this? The Running Iron. I can't remember the name. Montana's Running Iron. Straight whiskey. You give it a go, Fingers Malloy. You added a little bit of water.
I'm going to give it a go. We'll see.
You're going to give it a little sip and see how that changed the profile for Fingers Malloy on the Montana's Running Iron straight whiskey. At least 2 years in the barrel.
The power of suggestion.
Did you get chicken cutlet? I got a lot of chicken cutlet. Did you get chicken cutlet?
I was going to say gizzard.
Nice.
Yeah. When it first hit the palate, I got a little bit of orchard. Then it went away. Then that oak popped up. That spice I was talking about, like the little bit of baking spice, that has really subsided. I want to say it's
baking spice.
Yeah. It's certainly not a rye spice. It's 100% wheat.
Right.
But that spice was there. That sting is gone. The heat, I'm not getting much of heat at all. And there's a vanilla sweetness, but that's been muted as well. I think I liked it better neat. But this is still a nice sipping whiskey.
Is this in your humidor? If you can still find it for $50.
I would have been much more comfortable at 30, 35.
Correct.
50, probably not.
It's not bad.
No.
But yeah, $50 is a tag, man. $50 is a tag for this. And I think there are people who are going to like this and be able to utilize this and enjoy this. If you can find it, I didn't realize it when I purchased it, that the distillery, if I understand it right now, the distillery is out. Dry Hills did the bottling. Montana Distillery is the distiller. Got it. $50 is a bunch of loot. $50 is a bunch of loot right there.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can give it. It's the only thing I can give it. Not bad. Not bad. Just not $50.
No, but if you could find it at your favorite lounge, get a pour. Let us know what you think of it.
I don't think you're going to find it at your favorite lounge.
You may. Maybe
You're gonna find
a little
it,
dusty.
You're going to find it in some, maybe you're right. You're right. You could find it that way. Or you're going to find it in some liquor store. You're going to just see it on the shop and be like, oh, that's that thing. Okay. Tony and Fingers. Yeah. I'm going to check that out. Fingers Malloy, give me a little bit of news of the week.
Tony Apple's CEO Tim Cook will step down as head of the company after 12 years, with Senior Vice President of Hardware Engineering John Turnus set to replace him.
Yes, and yes. I think it's a little bit interesting of a move because I'm not anticipating major changes. However, the world is changing, and how is Apple going to work within the AI world? Right? This is a hardware company. Never mind all the great software products. This is a hardware company. They sell you phones. They sell you laptops. They sell you these things. So how does AI play in this space for them? Maybe that's a place Turnus has his ideas and his thoughts. What I like about this move, and I think people like Tim Cook taking over for the late Steve Jobs, is that 15 years as CEO, okay, good. If you're going to be a company of Apple's size, and you're going to have a succession plan where every 15 years you're going to replace the leadership, I think that's good. I think that's stability. And I think that stockholders and those within the company have got to appreciate there's a good stewardship, there's a good foundation that's happening there with that. Like, I think this might be perfectly Apple. Just smart, well thought out, well put together.
I don't want to get into my thoughts on Apple because I feel like the quality. Well, we're out of time.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Fingers.
It's Eat, Drink, Smoke. Follow Eat, Drink, Smoke on social media, on Twitter at Go Eat, Drink, Smoke, on Facebook, facebook.com/Eat, Drink, Smoke, and Instagram at Eat, Drink, Smoke Podcast. Come on, that's a terrible idea.
I would pay for you to go.
No, I'm talking about a cruise ship wedding. It's a terrible idea.
Dude, you go on the cruise ship and then you attend a wedding and then you still got the buffet. You get all the cake you want. And you got the ocean to help you with the wedding night.
How many cruises have you been on?
Including this year?
Uh-huh.
0.
It breaks my heart that you know deep down you agree with me 100% on this. And yet you just won't say it.
What?
That you agree with me on this whole thing.
No, I think it's fine.
Really?
I think
you know what? You should go on. You go on a cruise.
I'm offering for you to go on a cruise.
No, you go on a cruise.
I might go on a cruise.
You know what? I'll make this offer to you and the wife right now. You two go on a cruise and you pay for it and you videotape it and you let me know how it goes.
Wow. Gift horse mouth.
2 things happen when you go on a cruise ship.
Is that right?
You either die from salmonella.
Wow.
Or you leave the casino at 3:00 in the morning and you fall overboard. Those are your 2 fates when you go on a cruise. Everyone knows it. The Latvians know it, and now you know it too.